Welcome back, everybody, to DK and Dan Like Bands. I'm Dan. I like bands. And that's how you'll ghost again, DK.
Hello, I'm DK, and I also like bands. You dainty little thing.
Oh, hi, I'm KRON Howard, and I like bands.
What?
What the hell?
I'm here too.
What?
On this one.
Hell yeah, dude. I see this guy every week still.
You probably shouldn't act surprised because the people will see it in the name of the episode.
Nah, we quit doing that. We like
Okay.
surprises. We just put surprise, and they don't know what it is.
Wow.
Could I be less detailed of the descriptions of this show?
Dan is a trailblazer.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, welcome to the show. Had a lot going on in the music world. You guys following along? No? Okay.
What? Regarding what? What are you talking about?
The music world in general. Shania Twain just put out a new single.
She did?
Yeah.
Does she still feel like a woman?
With Josh Homme.
What?
Jesus Christ, where have you been?
Is that true?
That is a true
That cannot
statement.
be true.
That is real. This is a real song that came out this week.
Okay.
It's the week of Homme, dude.
It's true. It is true.
Cool. No, I didn't know about any of that, Dan. Thanks for the update.
Is that real? Did they really do a song together?
Yes.
I didn't know that. So I guess no. To answer your question, I'm not following the world of music.
Well, that's why we're here, folks. DK and Dan like bands. Obviously DK is not following along. So tonight's episode, we got KRON Howard on, and we're going to do a whole slew of reviews because we've kind of failed in that, right? We figured let's bring you 6 albums instead of just one.
Well, I think the thinking was there were a bunch of things we maybe would have wanted to talk about, and then it didn't work out. There were other things we covered. And so you very smartly were like, what if we just cover a bunch of them at once?
Thank you.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, if you just want to redo the Rolling Stones list instead of review albums. You know, you can do whatever you want.
Very different.
This is your
KRON,
show.
This is very different than that. Okay.
Do you know how difficult it is to re-list a list? It's even hard to say.
I knocked it out. I got the whole 100 to 1, dude.
Yeah, I'm already done, dude.
Damn. I'm impressed.
I've added 5 more, actually.
But I was working on it, and I was like, you know what? Rolling Stone got it right. I'm just gonna roll. I'm just gonna roll with them.
Plot twist.
They've been in the business for a long time. We gotta trust these guys.
Who am I to say? I don't get paid to critique music.
Well, that's the next episode, KRON. We're talking about this episode. The next episode was not on the Rolling Stones top 100 metal albums. It's a Dr. Dre record.
I thought you were doing 1 for 1.
Should we do the top 100 hip hop records?
Probably.
So wait. So our rotation will be the Rolling Stone list.
For metal.
And then, yeah, right. The Rolling Stone metal list. And then the next month, a regular episode. And then the next month, a hip hop list. And then the next month, what?
Slew of review.
Slew of reviews.
With
Because
KRON.
we don't have time to cover regular shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But yeah, we will be covering 6 records tonight. Let's get it out of the way. KRON Howard, what have you been up to? How you been doing?
Whoa, me? Well, my podcast ended. The 5-Day Rentals podcast. It's over. So I've kind of just been doing a victory lap on other podcasts. If you want to hear me talk about Witchcraft 666, The Devil's Mistress, check out Weekly Podcast Massacre. I'm over there right now. And then, I don't know, healing my liver, reconnecting with my family, you know, just that kind of stuff.
Are they enjoying that?
Yeah.
That was a long pause.
More or less.
For now.
Well, don't hang it up all on me, Dan. We're recording this in July. I know you were sending me and Bones a bunch of pictures of you and fellow patriots marching on the Capitol. How'd that go?
KRON, I had a mask on, but thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't me, okay? And hopefully it's a federal so I can get off. We did kind of assign you a record tonight, which did you have anything to say about that?
About you assigning me a record?
Yeah.
You said we each get to pick 2, but here's one that we picked for you. So I don't know if you guys had not assigned it to me. I don't know if it's the second album I would have picked.
Ooh.
Dan picked both of mine for me. And he said, well, you can change them if you want. And then I just couldn't think of anything else.
I didn't pick them. I just threw those out as, hey, here's a few.
You assigned them.
To be fair, Dan, you picked 5 out of the 6 albums we're talking about this evening.
I only wanted to hear 2 of these records. Not the other 4.
Well, bad picks by you then, I guess.
It's all on you.
I'll do better next time.
I like the Elder album that we will be talking about shortly. There's just, to me, 2026 better than 2025 already in terms of releases.
I don't know, man.
I can't say I'm there yet, but you can argue this point. You can try to make me believe.
So it might just be personal for me, but when we did the Melvins record, before we had settled on, okay, we're just going to do their discography, we talked about potentially doing like RIP bands, the bands that don't exist anymore, top 3 for me. And so I didn't narrow it down to 3, but I probably had a list of like 8 to 10. And of those bands, 3 of them have either put out an album this year or have reformed to do shows. So bands that I thought like they will never have anything come out again have either albums or potentially will be recording again.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
You going to share any of those?
Sure. I can.
I'd like to know. I think the listeners would like to know.
All right. Number 1, Neurosis coming out with a new album, which is potentially album of the year material to me. They came back in a big way. Really, really good album. Second album is kind of a cheat. A band that I like a lot, Harvey Milk. So they're not putting out new material, but they did release like a, hey, we recorded this for a radio station and we've never released it. So back when they were a band, they recorded it.
Sometimes those records can be really good.
It's pretty fun. I mean, the intro is, it's like just a long first track, but the next 5 are really good. And it was recorded really well for like a live thing. And then the band Sub Rosa have gotten back together to play, what's it called? It's like Fire on the Mountain, that big metal fest.
Mm-hmm.
But they seem pretty active on like socials and stuff. Like they kind of seem like they're enjoying doing the Sub Rosa thing again. So I'm really hoping they just decide to start putting out new material.
Hell yeah.
We kind of got a band like that on our slew of reviews tonight as well. 20 long years between records.
Unfortunately.
Anyway, DK, hit me with the news, Bruce, please.
Oh, it's time for the bruise.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the news. William Shatner, to bring his heavy metal vision to the stage, with an all-star band at Riot Fest 2026.
Yes. This is good. This is good news.
This is good news.
This is real? Now I'm in that seat. This is a real
This
thing.
is absolutely real, yes. There are not a lot of details yet. I think I read the list of musicians. One of the guys that was with Ozzy before,
Randy
I forget.
Rhodes.
I don't think so, but I forget who it was, but like good names. And yeah, it's like all good musicians, and Shatner is 95 years old. And he's going to be medaling his ass off on the stage at Riot Fest.
Hell yeah.
So I can't wait to see what happens there. That is 100% real.
He kind of just does. Well, he kind of just does spoken word kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, have you seen like Rocket Man and like
Yes, that's what I was thinking of. Was
shit rules.
Rocket Man.
Or Mr. Tambourine Man. Mr. Tambourine Man.
DK, that's right up the street. Are you going?
I don't know. I hadn't considered that. Is it really? I don't even know where it is.
Isn't that Chicago? I thought Riot Fest.
I don't know if it is. You'd think I would know that, but I don't know. I was going to look that up, and then work happened.
Stupid ass work, man. Fuck that shit.
I know. I just want to do this. So anyway, I can't wait to see the clips. Hopefully it gets released in its entirety somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
The other big news, this might be only a me thing, I don't know, but Storm Corrosion has announced a second album. This, for me, is massive news. It brings together Porcupine Tree and Opeth, which are two of my favorite sort of prog snob dickhead bands that I fucking love. So their first record came out 10 years ago or something, or more at this point. And basically this is one of those, if we did do that RIP bands, that was going to be one of mine, because I thought it was never coming back. That it's one of my favorite albums of all time. Like I would put Storm Corrosion 1 in my top 10 legitimately. And it's a weird record. There's no drums really. It is essentially acoustic guitar and like piano and just some other random shit, and two dudes just doing it. It's hot. It's good. It's bold.
Wow.
So I'm stoked. I don't know if it's coming this year or not. They haven't announced it, but they've been in the studio. They were in the studio last month, I think. So I'm stoked. The rest of the news that I saw was just like people beefing, and I'm not really interested in that. So that's all the news I got.
Who's beefing?
Yeah, who's beefing?
I want to say Megadeth. Who is surprised by this? And then Iron Maiden sold like half their catalog. Who cares?
Why only half?
You gotta keep the bangers, dude.
What?
Your later shit sucks. We don't want that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened there. End of news, Bruce.
I honestly think I associate Iron Maiden more with their album covers than their actual music.
They have like one song that I know and like.
Do you listen to Maiden? What was the live album?
Live in Rio?
No.
Isn't that what it is? Aren't they in Rio? And they do Fear of the Dark, and he's like,
It's called
Fear of the Dark.
I thought it was Fear in the Dark.
I don't know, man. I know that song. I like that song. Should we have a podcast?
Nah.
Not an Iron Maiden one.
I think we do have a lot of Maiden to listen to here soon on
Hey, I'll
upcoming
do
episodes.
it if I have to. If you're going to ask me to, I'll do it.
Well, you have to. You've already committed.
Oh, is it on the list?
Yeah, it's on a list.
I'm not looking ahead except for the next 10.
All right. I don't even know what those are. Thank God. But I will. What else do we have? Mastodon, new record coming out. Morrow's Deep. August 27th, I believe. Pretty quick.
Sooner than I expected, to be honest.
Yeah. Get that. Luma Vista Records. Order it. It's going to be good. 2 singles. Another Josh Homme, which he sent him a Google Drive file with his on it. I don't know if you guys heard that one. Snakes for Dinner.
It's good. Both tracks are good.
Yeah, I thought they were pretty good.
There's like 15% more prog, and I'm like kind of there for that. I love that.
I'm going in with an open mind, so I'm not getting ahead of myself. We'll see. I'll judge it accordingly, probably on this show. So it's material. And Shania Twain, Josh Homme. Go check it out. KRON.
Are they lovers?
I was gonna ask that, and I thought,
No, dude. No.
Do we know that for sure?
I don't fucking know. You do who
I can kind
you
of
want to
see
do.
it.
I don't care.
I can kind of see it working.
Mm-hmm.
He's too crazy for her.
I mean, Blake and Gwen made it work.
That's what I was thinking.
Jesus Christ. We just got canceled. Would you take Gwen Stefani out to dinner over Shania Twain?
I'd take Shania Twain, dude.
I absolutely agree. Shania Twain,
Yeah, I think
like without question.
I think that would be a better conversation.
It'd be a better every aspect.
You taking out Shania Twain or Carrie Underwood?
I can't picture Carrie Underwood in my head right now, so I'm gonna stick with Shania Twain.
He doesn't like
Same for me,
blondes. He
please.
doesn't like blondes. Would you take? Yeah, we'll be done with this segment.
Make it the next episode after.
Shania Twain rankings.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she's that good looking.
It's about more than looks with Shania, okay? We have a deep thing. We have a connection.
Mm-hmm.
She's so complicated. You don't even know.
She gets me, dude.
What? Name another Shania Twain. Twang? Shania Twain song.
Come on over?
That's Christina Aguilera.
No, it's Shania Twain from her album Come On Over. Man, I Feel Like a Woman.
KRON, get off your phone.
No, I'm gonna rattle them off like I got them on deck, dude.
And Shania sings.
You're Still the One?
Oh, classic, dude.
You're still the one I'll run
See?
to.
I don't need to Google this. I know some Shania Twain songs from that one album.
Okay. What was the one that don't impress me much?
That's from the same album. Yep.
So you're Brad Pitt.
You got the looks, but do you have the touch?
Look, bitch. It's Brad Pitt. You should be impressed. I would be. Anyway, speaking of impressed. KRON Howard. Give me a recommendation. What have you been listening to? What have you been getting down on, dude?
All right, guys. Let's talk about You Worms, Vain Delusions by Devilmaster. These guys got an album coming out in like 50-ish some days, I think, when I looked at it on Spotify. They're good, man. I like what these guys are doing. I read a little thing about them today where someone described them as sleaze thrash, and I think that's a perfect description for what that band's got going on. So check out that single. It's kind of old school. I mean, I don't know what they're going for, but they're nailing it. So
I know I enjoyed their... Is this their... Did they release an album before? What was the one with...
yeah, it's that like pink cover kind of.
It's got like the little devil on it.
Yeah. What is the name of that?
I think I
record?
sent that to you
Yeah.
because I really enjoyed that record that year.
Yeah, I think
been a
you
while,
kind
though.
of put me onto them originally. So
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
and then I've got a couple others real quick. We almost tonight discussed Worm Necropalace. Really, really solid record. It's kind of, I guess it's kind of black metal, but with a lot of crazy ass guitar work on it. So, I don't know, man. He just kind of pulls in at least a couple different genres that I think he's blending really well.
I was going to say that I think there's multiples there. Each song's a little different.
Yeah.
Which I think makes it fresh. That is on my list. Maybe you'll see it next year on a certain show.
And then DK, I do have one for you potentially. The band is named SLEW. The album is Fantasia.
I thought you were going to say Phantasm.
I don't love this guy's vocals, but they do have a lot of cool synth stuff that they mix in with some heavier sounding music. So it's at least worth, give it, 2 or 3 tracks, see if you're digging it or not.
I'm a whole album listen guy, like
All right.
regardless of how I feel about it. So I'll give the whole thing one chance.
He's got
All
a
right.
music show, man. Come on.
I'll do it.
That's fair. But I do like how they blend some synth into their sound. It's pretty seamless. They've had it on every single record. I'd say it's maybe most prominent on Fantasia. So
Okay, saved. I'll let you know.
those were my 3. That's all I got.
DK, you got anything?
Nope, didn't do one. Listen to the Mastodon song.
No, I got Mastodon news again. They did put out a YouTube, the Mastodon in the Room, about Mr. Behinds. Basically, it's like a 30-minute little documentary kind of goes through the good times and the bad times of Brent there. Pretty much clocked out there at the end. They do all kind of say, like, we thought this, whenever this happened, like, he would definitely be back. He would kind of, maybe hit rock bottom and, say sorry and get the help he needed. Pretty much basically like to party a lot. I mean, they did.
Hell yeah, dude.
They did kind of say that at one point some guy punched him and he was in a coma for a long time, but then he came out of it and then they created Crack the Sky. So, I mean, you kind of got to give the guy some credit for your best work that you ever did, right? I'm just saying. No judge. But yeah, they kind of go through about what the main problem was and how they all kind of felt. So it's on YouTube. Check it out. It's on their YouTube channel. I know I did hear a story. Marcus King, he kind of plays like kind of country rock. I don't know if you've ever come across him, but he's pretty good. He took Brent out after the Mastodon thing, and I guess he had to kick him like out because he was like pissing in his mouth and just drunk all the fucking time.
Fuck?
Yeah. So even him, he was like, all right, buddy, you got to go.
You know what?
Wait, pissing in his own mouth?
Yes.
Or pissing in... Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I wouldn't have kicked him out for that.
I thought like his buddy fell asleep and then he pissed in his mouth. And I was about to say, you know what? I would have kept that one a secret, just to be honest.
As long as it's not into a humidifier, we're good.
Oh,
What? Don't. You're going to ruin this show.
it purifies you if you breathe that in.
Up.
That's all I'm saying. It's actually healthy, dude.
I can't get away from it.
Because your body has already processed it, so it's like it's double pure, and then it's going into the air. I mean,
Doctors don't want you to know this.
yeah,
weird trick.
yeah, they don't, dude. I'm healthy as an ox.
Ask any doctor; they'll tell you not to do this. That is exactly why you should do it.
I did have a... How's your real doll doing?
Oh, Jesus Christ!
She floated down the muddy mud banks of the Mississippi, dude. I lost her.
She's probably down in New Orleans right now.
Yeah, probably. Well, doesn't the Mississippi flow up?
No, you've seen that river, dude. It's going straight down, dude.
What way were we facing?
North.
I don't know if that's right.
I was looking at it and it was going that way. That's down.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it did look like it was going down, but we could have been facing south.
That did not look like it was going up. Why would it go up? It's a river. All rivers are slanted, dude. That's science.
I thought it flowed the opposite way for some reason.
No, that's a woman's period.
Am I wrong on that? Listeners, write in. Which
Join
way
the
does the
Discord.
Mississippi go?
Surely it goes south.
Right?
Is that what you're asking?
It goes to Louisiana, so
It
yeah,
has
south.
to. Yeah, it has to go south.
Okay.
Look it up now. We can't wait. This is crazy.
Yes, we can.
Are you really asking this?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what's... Well, I'm on some new meds. I have trouble detecting the truth anymore.
What are you
The
taking?
Mississippi River flows primarily north to south.
Yes, north to south.
So the normal way. You know what I was thinking of?
What?
When the new Madrid fault went off,
Will he recover here?
it did flow south to north. That's why I had that in my head.
Was that an earthquake?
Yeah.
Was that something to do with Superman?
When did they report that? Like, you can't trust that news, right?
Yeah, they were a bunch of they were probably on.
They're like, hey, we're still taking snake oil here for this boil.
Yeah.
It's not working.
Yeah, they were on shit. What's that drug they did in the Old West all the time?
Cocaine.
Cocaine?
No, the other one. Opium. They were all
Yeah.
full of opium.
Oh, they all had a tincture.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, for tinctures.
Top 3 for me artists that died from opium. We'll save that for an episode.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, don't give it away
Too
here.
much? Like too controversial? Is that a word?
If it's a fact, it's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's better to burn out than fade away. Whatever. Never mind. Gentlemen, we got 6 fucking albums to talk about tonight. This episode's called SLEW Reviews, number 1. We might do this again. I don't know. This might go horrible. We don't know. But we're going to cover 6 albums tonight. We have Warning, Rituals of Shame. We got Chained to the Bottom of the Ocean. Let Us Not Speak of Them, but look and pass on. Jesus Christ. We got DK, how do you pronounce Demon Booger?
Demon booger. That's it.
Hell
It's,
yeah. I had a start of my rating, dude.
Hell yes.
That's how you say it.
Dimmu Borgir is how I've always said it.
War Gear, okay. Grand Serpent Rising.
Yeah.
Jinx.
Sorry.
We got Elder Through Zero. We got Converged, Hum of Heart.
Hum of Hurt.
Hum of Hurt, sorry.
That's okay. I was making this. I actually read a review today, and I read Hum of Hurt, and I was like, what the fuck? Because I had been reading it Hum of Heart the entire time.
Oh, there you go. See, I'm justified.
You couldn't wait to give it to Dan for making the same mistake.
Yeah.
I like that. I appreciate that.
He's like, oh, Dan will read it that way anyway, so then I'll say that I was a dummy. Then we got Devin Townsend, The Moth. Whoa. We'll get there. So we're going to start out tonight. This is a SLEW review, so we're not going to spend fucking 20, 30 minutes on each record. We might give you 5, we might give you 3, I don't know. But we're going to start out with Warning. Rituals of Shame was released June 19th on Relapse Records. Hey, I got a question for you guys. Have you ever wondered what would happen if you take a Black Sabbath riff and just stretch it out?
Yep.
Yeah.
I've wondered that, and I found bands that I like a lot better that do exactly that.
Yeah.
This is a 45-minute record that takes 2 hours to listen to.
Certainly feels like it.
Are we tired of Sabbath worship bands these days?
No. I listen to almost exclusively doom metal, so
There's a good way to do it, and there's the way they did it.
Really? Are we not? DK, you have the stage.
Oh, you want me to talk to read the only note that I have on this album?
You only have one note?
For this album?
Yes, sir.
Oh, only having one note. That's interesting that you said that.
It's one. I was going to say it's probably 45 minutes long.
All right, here's my one note. This is the same song 5 times.
yeah.
Guitar is asleep. Drums are asleep. Singer is looking at himself in a mirror and singing into a hairbrush.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, DK. I had a very similar note.
You just had one note as well, KRON?
No, I have a few notes, but I would agree. This entire thing sounds like the exact same song for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Are you guys familiar with Warning's work?
Yes. What's their real big album? I have it.
It's the one before this. I thought I wrote it down. Did I not? It came out in like 2006.
Yeah. Watching from a distance. So, I mean, like I said, I like doom a lot. That's my favorite genre of metal. And if you look into just like, hey, what are the all-time doom records? Watching from a distance usually comes up in there. And when I listened to that record, I was like, I don't fucking get it. And when I listened to this record, I thought, I don't fucking get it. I know these guys have like a huge following, so I'm not going to rip them, but it's just not for me. I don't know what this guy's vocal style is. Is he crying while he records?
That's a valid question.
I think he's a decent singer.
He has one thing though. Was part of my issue. The vocals are so upfront on this record, and it's just really he's kind of got one technique that he does. I couldn't tell one song from the other. I don't know. I'm not saying he's a bad singer, and I'm not really saying, kind of like KRON said, I'm not really saying this is a terrible record, but it's not for me. This style did not do a damn thing for me at all.
I could listen to this all day long.
I don't see, Dan, you need to justify that, because when I listened to your guys' Rolling Stone record, you both talked about the Sun O album, and I was like, I agree with what these dudes are saying about that band. And Warning almost do the exact same thing to me, where for the entire 45 minutes, I have a feeling of like, okay, this song is 1 minute away from becoming good. And it never gets there. It's always on the cusp of like something heavy is going to come in, or something is going to change that is drastically different from what I've been listening to. And it just never, it's constantly like it's about to kick off, and it never does.
It's an album about edging.
Yeah.
I don't think so. It's the same as his other album.
Yeah.
Has anybody listened to his Patrick Walker's other band, 40 Watt Sun? Because I have not really.
I think I've
listened to Patrick Wilson.
I think I've heard a track or two by 40 Watt Sun, but not a whole album by any means.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what it is about this, because even I wrote down I should be annoyed by this, but I'm not. And I don't know if maybe it's the Sabbath lover in me that is like, all right, I get it. And it's just depressing. It really is. If you sit back and read the lyrics, it's poetry, definitely first. But I think he delivers it well. I know they're going on tour. People are freaking out. And I'm like, I would not pay to go see that. Like, sorry. Like, I will sit at home and I can read or listen to your record, but I don't know.
No, you should stay at home and read. Don't listen to this
I
record.
don't know how to read. But I agree. I think there's only 4 riffs the entire runtime. I'll disagree. I think the drumming...
Whoa, dude, you heard a riff on this record?
it's 4.
I don't know if there's one in there,
There's
dude.
4. They're just really long.
I thought they were more like licks.
A drone. But I think the drumming's really good. And that may stand out to me because everything else is just so the same.
It's fine, but it's only able to occupy the space that it's given with the guitar riffs that it's given, and the room taken up by those vocals that are just constantly long, drawn out, sad vocals. It's like, I don't know if I wouldn't want to be that drummer, because it's like the star of the show is clearly the singing and the lyrics. So, you know, I wasn't trying to be mean when I said that they were asleep, but obviously the intention was not for them to be featured. It's not for them to be the main event.
Yeah, that might have been a reason why they haven't recorded a record in 20 years. So, but yeah, I thought this was pretty good. Is it my favorite?
I'm glad you liked it, buddy.
How many times did you guys listen to this record?
Start to finish, at least 3.
Okay.
Twice for me. I gave it 2.
All right. If you love Sabbath and sad singers, then check out Warning, Rituals of Shame. But I'm going to give it a thumbs up. I think it's good.
I think maybe just everybody gets a band like this. Like, I think for some people it's Sun. For Dan, it's clearly Warning. I remember, because when we were doing 5-day rentals, we would send each other music, you know, every record day. But I remember one time I sent you and Bones, the album is called Mirror Reaper by a band named Bell Witch. And I remember Bones wrote back and was like, I'm 25 minutes in. When does the fucking intro stop? It was like, I guess that's, you know, everybody gets one of these bands that is boring to everyone else that hears it, but you kind of vibe on for some reason.
I'll agree.
That could be the case if you guys do listen to Storm Corrosion. You may think that. It would be easy. It would be easy to fall into that for that one.
We found DK's.
That might be mine. I absolutely love that record.
Cross that off my list.
Here's the other weird thing about this Warning record, Dan, is I got on, I think I'm, you know, I follow like r/doom on Reddit, and I've seen multiple posts of people like, my significant other tried to take their life and I'm listening to Warning. So I just hope you're okay, buddy.
Oh shit.
No, I'm good. I did read a lot too, like, this is what I listened to when my son passed and stuff like that. And I was like,
Yeah,
ugh.
it's like a bunch of sad sack stories, man, that are just like, I feel terrible, you know, if you've had some awful thing that's happened, but it's like everyone that likes this band and their albums are, they're like processing trauma. You know what I mean? It's like deep, dark stuff. And I don't know, man. It's just, I guess when I listen to it, I'm bummed out that I'm listening to it, but maybe I've had a privileged life, you know?
Yeah, probably. I guess I kind of see it in more of the Sabbath arena more than, I don't know. I don't have anything to be fucking that depressed about.
I mean, I could agree that it sort of has an element of Sabbath, but it doesn't encompass the complete scope of what Sabbath did. I mean, even if you just stick to the Ozzy record, just stick to the Ozzy records. I mean, they got a lot more upbeat stuff. They do more interesting stuff in kind of every way, I think. It's like Warning just like loved one element of Sabbath and said, that's what we are. It's just one thing.
The
and
middle part of the first record.
Copy paste the whole way.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you have it. Warning. We reviewed it. We did it. I say yay. These two say nay.
I would still give it. Well, you guys used to do like a buy it, stream it, skip. I would still give it a stream just because I know this band is like super respected, and I feel like if you like them, it sounds like their previous album, so you're probably gonna like this, you know. But it's not for me.
DK?
For me personally, it's a skip.
All right.
I wouldn't go back to it.
I can respect that.
If it came on, if the Spotify DJ was like, yo, you need to hear this again, I would listen to it one song and reassess. But I don't think I'll ever put the whole record on again. And I know that's, for me, that seems harsh, but it's just the way I feel, okay?
All right. Well, then give us your fucking record, dude.
Yeah. The first of the 2 albums that I was assigned by Dan. Here we go.
That's not true.
Dimmu Borgir, Grand Serpent Rising. I'd like to start with a little spoken word, if that's okay.
They certainly did. So
my
go
God.
for it.
Well, I'm going to interrupt you while you're doing it to do another one.
Okay. Let him not be taught darkness. Let him discover it and dissolve into it. We may never tame the very beast that dwelleth within. From luminous fire, the glory and danger alike. The Grand Serpent Rising. Now, those are the words of our friend Shagrath from Dimmu Borgir. I like it when it's the intro to the record. I don't like it when spoken word is like half the vocals on the record.
Mm-hmm.
I have a real problem with many stretches of this thing because I think some of the music is wonderful. It's very, very good. They know what they're doing, obviously. They've been doing this for a long time. But right out of the gate, my number one complaint is there's just so many moments when he could be singing, he could be doing his little witch voice that he does, or more of the frog style. But instead, he's just saying words that he wrote. And it doesn't do anything for me. When they're such a capable band, they really are. But when you're delivering me this, honestly, it feels lazy to me. These lazy deliveries of these. What's the one he's like? Oh, he who makes it to the beginning never has an ending. Whatever the fuck you're talking about. It didn't do anything for me. So that complaint aside, I do have some things that I enjoyed. A couple tracks do stand out. I love the amount of acoustic stuff that they're doing and piano too. They've been kind of moved away a little bit from that for a while. The whole scale, I think it kind of comes down to this. The scale of this album is a lot more condensed than previous things. They're typically known and they have delivered these records that are huge orchestral sort of sweeping. They almost feel like operatic in some way. And lots of orchestra stuff. I think I just said that. But this record, it does have those things, but they're a lot more focused on the mood and the acoustic stuff. And they've kind of slowed things down a little bit. I noticed like tons more slower riffs and particularly like slower drumming. Like they're not blasting that much, which is interesting for them. A lot more focus on the atmosphere. I think this record is a little bit on the slow side, and I think the second half it does lose me mainly because of that spoken word stuff. There are some good ones in there, but I think it kind of overstays its welcome. But I do like, I would say like 4 or 5 tracks very good, maybe 2 bangers. I think the album is worth listening to, but it's not their best work. So I'm going to give it right down the middle. What do you guys think?
One of my notes was good production and good atmosphere. I think it sounds good. It really does. From what I read, yeah, this was, as you said, a little more downscaled than the other stuff. I think their last record was 2023, I think.
It's been like, oh no, their last record was a cover album.
Oh, was that the 2023 one?
Yeah, their last legit album is like 7 or 8 years ago or something. It's been a long time.
Wow.
but I think it's a little long.
Yeah. The second, I would agree with both you and DK. Like, the second half really starts to drag out at a certain point, and it just kind of, it's like we couldn't have cut 3 of these tracks off the runtime here.
And I agree with the spoken word. Yeah, you're like in the middle of something, and then all of a sudden it just, you're like, I don't even know what this guy's saying. I think in the song Ascent, he says infinite a couple of times, and I'm like, that's kind of how this record feels.
Infinite.
A little long.
Yep.
But yeah, other than that, I don't know. I think it's got potential on multiple listens. That's what I wrote down. I said I think this is good. I don't hate it, but I think the standout for me was one of the later tracks, actually, Shadows of 1,000 Perceptions. I thought that kind of had a little bit of everything in it, but I really liked that one. And yeah, I wasn't mad at it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd agree mostly. Like, the production value is super high. Like, they are a very tight band. They seem like they play extremely well together. And just the actual recording and production is like very high value. I know that because I've been listening to this band called Rickshaw Billy's Burger Patrol. And I listened to that band right before I put this record on, and I was like, damn, Rickshaw Billy sounds like they were recorded through a fucking tin can, dude. Like this. Like, it's very, very good production. I did have a couple notes. Like, I knew Dimmu Borgir mostly by name, right? I kind of knew what they were, but not 100%. So as I was listening to this for the first time, I was like, I'm just going to throw them into Google Images, and they look like a band that would make this music. The other note that I had written down is this is exactly the sound. Like, if you've ever just been, you're like 10 pages deep on YouTube and you come across one of those like European metal festivals that has 300,000 people somehow in attendance. Yeah. Like, this is always the music that seems to be playing on those videos. So, it's probably not for me 100%, but I did appreciate definitely the production value. Spoken word throughout bumped me quite a bit, but it's also some kind of like D&D ass lyrics, you know. Like, I don't completely hate what's happening. I don't know how serious they take themselves, I guess. Like, they might be, you know, very, very serious about what they do. I kind of saw it as like, yeah, we're singing about enchanted swords and shit. You know what I mean? It's like, it's that kind of thing. So I guess I could appreciate it on that level, but probably not something I'd throw on just in a day-to-day for me.
I think you should check out some of their earlier stuff. Like, I think particularly you, KRON, would maybe appreciate some of that stuff. I think some of their earlier things are like among the most classic black metal records that exist. I truly think so. But yeah, I can't fault either of you for. I think you guys are both very nice to this album. Not that I mean, you heard what I had to say. I think it's good. I think they have better music, but and I think there are some good tracks on this one. But I think they're maybe a little up their own ass on this one, maybe a little too far. But yeah, I bought their album Death Cult Armageddon in like 2002 at a Walmart.
Wow. Was it edited?
That album rules. It's somehow not even parental advisory. That's a fucking great record.
What's the one with the chick like dismembered on the front?
It would have.
She has no arms or legs, but her tits are out.
Is that them? I'm kind of.
It is, because.
Are you sure?
Because I had a buddy in Germany. That's
got to be one of their fucking old ass.
We
like,
called him Shagraft, and that was the fucking record that he loved, and that's how I've known about this band forever.
Let me see here. Album
She's like wrapped
covers.
in like barbed wire. It might have been just a shirt. Who knows? I thought it was.
I don't
the
remember.
fucking thing.
I don't remember a dismembered person, but I could be wrong. Maybe there's a demo. Oh, of course, Okay, I've never thought of it that she was dismembered. I just thought it was like you see part of her. I mean, you tell me. I mean, I don't know if you can see that, but you can't really see the details through that.
Oh,
but,
I kind of get.
like,
I get what Dan's saying.
I get why you would say it. Yeah. But
Couldn't
guess
show
what?
us an unedited photo of that.
What I was thinking of was like a Slayer cover or like a, I don't know, something like a Cannibal Corpse where it's just like gore everywhere.
Yeah, that album. It's more like a mannequin that has not been fully assembled yet.
That's
Just
what it
kind
looks
of-
like.
Yeah.
That's the album Puritanical Euphoric Misanthropia.
Okay.
That is a good record. They have a run of like really good. I love them. They're really good.
You just have to
But-
bring it back to mannequins and puppets, huh?
I wish he would. Anyway, that's enough on Dumu. For me, it's a solid stream. I don't need to own this one, but it's a solid stream.
Stream it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's hard for me to say skip on any of these. I don't know what your listeners are into. They might love this thing, so I streamed it. You stream it. Go for it.
I think we had some chat in Discord about when this record dropped on May
We did,
22nd. So go out there, get it now, order it, stream it, love it. Tell us what you think. KRON Howard, what do you got?
All right, dudes. I think it's time to talk about this record right here. This is the EP by Chained to the Bottom of the Ocean. Let us not speak of them, but look and pass on. 4 tracks, 28 minutes. This one's a ripper for me. I think this is one of my favorite bands. This kind of like, they're not huge, but I think they're kind of are getting like a cult following. I think they do heavy in a really unique way where a lot of it is built on atmosphere and feedback and extreme compression on things. It's almost like a suffocating sound to me, but it's just really layered. I don't know, man. I dig what these guys are doing. It's heavy, but it's not traditionally heavy. You know what I mean? It's a lot of like how they're choosing to record, how the guitars are tuned, and how many effects they have on them. I don't know. What did you guys think of this record?
Yeah. So I hadn't heard them before. This was the first time for me. I think it's a bleak fucking album. Not much melody.
No.
It's sort of just like screaming and like heavy ass riffs. I don't hate it. To me, it did seem like it's more focused on the raw, I'm trying to vocalize it, like the rawness of it. It's not focused on delivering you like catchy things and melodies and like complicated things. It is like almost entirely atmosphere.
Yeah.
It feels like to me. Which I can get behind for sure. I think probably I need to spin this a bunch more times before I can give a real feeling on this. I listened to it 3 times. I did like it. But it didn't quite get me there. I felt like I was just like missing one thing. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I need to love it for who it is. So my review for this album is sort of ongoing, but a tentative thumbs up.
All right.
Ongoing like that cat's meow.
Sorry about that. Didn't know you could hear that. He is very far away from me. He's rooms away.
Chained to the Bottom of the Ocean. This EP, at some points, you do sound Like you're chained to the bottom of the ocean when you hear this. KRON Howard, leave it up to you to pick the only album with a butthole on the cover.
Hey.
Look at that thing. Look at that. That is a butthole.
He did it. He did it again.
And that's the sound of all of their music coming out of that butthole. Yeah, some of my main notes for feedback, just like you, KRON. But yeah, I think we've passed this between each other, just like the explosive diarrhea thing, a few times. I think, was it their last record? Because this was their EP. I think you sent it to me, actually.
Yeah, they kind of do, like, for each album they put out, they do at least one, most of the time 2 EPs, like, between full-length records, so...
It's got some brutalness. I think the last like few minutes of Upheaval is, oh man, that's some brutal shit right there. But I think my 2 standouts were An Abundance of Light and An Adornment of Light. I think those 2 are really like the top tracks there. I think the drumming's really good here. I think they need to change that guitar up a little. Maybe some. I don't know if it's the sound. I don't know. It seemed a little muty. Not really muty because you can hear it in there, but I don't know. Something to just change that up a little. But everything else I think is really, really good. I think we just need some. I hear some I Hate God in there with the lyrical performance, but and you know, I'm not against that. So
I feel like the lyrics are almost like closer to like black metal. It's very like screechy and like completely blown out kind of sound to it. So
yeah, but I think he comes in clearer throughout some of them, and you're really like, all right, fuck yeah, like, and then yeah, it kind of goes back into that.
I could make out most of the lyrics. I feel like they did a good job on that respect. I could make them out. Yeah, there's just something about this that is like, yeah. It almost feels like it's more am I going to say something dumb? It's like a flavor of something that I'm not 100%. It's like a new flavor to me almost. Like when you're not sure yet, like you just haven't processed it. Eventually I may crave that flavor. But for right now, it's like, ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I do think they're pretty niche, like even in the doom genre, right? Like, because a lot of people are, you know, kind of more into like the warning side of like Sabbath riff worship, you know, and I would say if you put this in front of them, they would probably not love what they're hearing, you know. It's very whereas that stuff is like pretty polished in a way, this is really raw in a way, you know. I will say, just looking at the credits of this, I did see that this was engineered by Seth Manchester. I think his studio is called Machines with Magnets, but I did not realize how much I like this guy's work because he did the Daughters records, which I have here. Actually bought one of these with Dan while we were wrapping up the 5-day rentals records.
Hell yeah.
And then it's a John Mayer record.
He also did Battles. So this album's called Gloss Drop. DK, I think you might kind of dig these guys. They do a lot of like looping and synth based stuff. And
yeah, I think I know them.
Yeah.
They've been around for a while, haven't they?
Yeah, I think they're kind of like done at this point. Because their last album they recorded as just a 2-piece. I think they started as like a 5-piece and like every record they would lose a member of the band. So
they had a song in the mid 2000s that I knew, Atlas. Is that them? Yeah.
So that's when they had a vocalist. Every record after that just became an instrumental album because that guy left the band. So,
gotcha.
Yeah. I think they had some guest vocal stuff, but you know, it's like for each album you'd get 2-3 songs with vocals and the rest would just be this kind of math rock looping instrumental.
I'm into that. Yeah. I should check out those later albums.
Yep. He's also worked with The Body, which I would say has
Ventura?
No, just the body.
God damn it.
But they've got a crazy sound where the vocals are like insane to me. I can't fully get into that band because of the vocals, but yeah, man. So I think it's cool that they linked up with that dude for this EP because I did not realize how much I liked his work, you know?
That's cool as hell.
Yeah. I'd say it's a stream for me, but very interested to see what the future holds for these guys because, I mean, they could change it up, and it seems like they are those type of guys that'd be like, hey, fuck it, let's do some prog or, see where this goes, and I don't know.
I think maybe, yeah, like introducing some other elements might make them more of a enticing listen for me. Because sometimes the brutality is not enough. Sometimes I think raw is the word we've been using for this, and I think that's probably pretty accurate. Sometimes the rawness, I need a little bit more. So I think this is a stream for me. This will be a sometimes listen, I think.
Hell yeah. I mean, check out their other stuff too. It's all, they've got some LPs and more EPs. I think if you at least like this, you would like the other stuff. I feel like they're moving in a more abstract direction where it is becoming more, this is a weird fucked up feedback that I can generate through my guitar, and we're going to have that play out for 3 minutes, So I kind of like the way they're going just because it's different, it's weird, it's becoming more formless, I guess, which I think it's not always my cup of tea, but I think it's interesting. This is a buy it for me. I held up the record, so I've already bought it.
I can confirm he has it in his hand.
He showed us. It's out now, released February 20th of this year. Go get it. Listen to it. Tell us what you think. All right, gentlemen, we're back to me. Record number 4 already. Look at that, dude. This is a slew of reviews, right? We did it.
You're getting slewed on.
Dude.
Slewed in the nude, dude.
I think you should eat stew with this slew of reviews. Even though it's summertime, but you can eat stew whenever. Stew work. Our next record is Converge, Hum of Hurt. Was released June 5th. The second offering from Converge this year. That's right. These guys have been busy. For me, the first offering was Love Is Not Enough, which came out. I did listen to that. I think me and DK kind of threw it around. Maybe we might want to cover that, but I think we ended up going other places. I enjoyed that record. I think it kind of grew on me as we went on, so I do enjoy that record. But I think Hum of Hurt is better than Love Is Not Enough. This is a tight 35 minutes, I think, 33 minutes. But it gets in, it gets out. Each song just kicks in. I don't know. I really like this record. I've listened to it the most out of all of this. I'm not a big Converge guy. Like Jane Doe and what was the other one with the hand on it? You fail me.
Yeah.
Okay. Not super into that. It was a moment. I listened. I was like, okay, whatever. But as I think they've grown as a band, I think I've appreciated them more. I really enjoyed the Chelsea Wolfe Blood Moon Part 1. I think that was really good. But, man, this one, for some reason, those last 4 songs on this record, like when you get to Dream Debris and there's Hum of Hurt, and I think they got an instrumental in there. Like, god damn, those last 4 songs just fucking rip. The guitars are fun as fuck in this records. Are on this record. The fucking Dream Debris, man. That riff just gets nastier and nastier. It starts off with that bass and it builds. And I don't know, man. Just dynamite. I've been enjoying this one. What do you guys think?
I think as I was listening to this, and I mean, I did give Love Is Not Enough like a couple listens as well. But I honestly think Converge might be one of the most consistent metal bands out there. Like, I think I kind of came in around, Jane Doe was like a huge album for me when I was playing music in high school with a band that was doing metal. But like, I really don't think, at least since that point in time, I've listened to most of what they've released, and I don't think I've ever been like, well, they completely lost it. They've just always, I don't think anything has hit me as hard as Jane Doe or You Fail Me, but they've never put out a bad album, and that has to count for something. It's like, they're not all home runs to me, but none of them are bad in any way. I do think on this one, let's see, it's got good vocals, incredible riffs on this thing, really tight drumming. Like, it's just kind of all the staples of like what you expect out of Converge. I do like this better than Love Is Not Enough as well. Dan, I thought it was a little front loaded. I like the front half of this better than the back half. You were kind of praising, the second half of this thing.
I mean, it's good too.
Yeah, it's and only 35 minutes, so it never gets dull or anything. But yeah, man, just a band that is constantly good, putting out another good record, in my opinion. So.
Oh God, here we go.
No, listen. I essentially don't need to talk because I almost everything KRON said is exactly what I was going to say. They've never been like my favorite band ever, but they're super consistent. This record is so tight. I also like it better than the last one. I don't know what else to say. Like, KRON, literally, like, I agree with you on everything. This record is pretty cool. It's a very solid stream for me. I don't know what else to say. Literally, KRON said everything I was going to say, like, exactly. I don't know, man. It's tight. It's good. It's a cool record. It's like, they're definitely in a particular space, and that's not a space that I always want to be in when I'm listening to music, but like, if I'm reaching for that sort of fast sort of, it's like medium technical, really well written riffs, awesome riffs. I mean, just riffs for days. I heard a little more like sort of Slayer influence in this one. Did you guys hear that a little bit? Like, listen to the first 10 seconds of Doom and Bloom.
I guess I can see that.
It just sounds like Slayer. Anyway, not a bad thing. They know how to do the thrash. They know how to do the metal. It's a solid thumbs up. I really don't have anything else to say. It's a cool record.
Hell yeah. It's a buy for me. I mean, I'll get around to it. I haven't purchased yet, but yeah, this is like the shit you listen to when you're like, when you fight at Fight Club that night,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd probably give this a buy too. I have not bought it, but mostly because with a band like Converge, I feel like I would want to be a completionist if I start buying their records, and it's too big of a financial commitment at this point. So
you could never recover.
Yeah, so I'll say buy, but I streamed it. So
DK, what do you got?
Oh, wait, one last thing.
Oh, yes, sir.
I remember vividly, like, when I was in a band, one of the coolest videos I ever saw, I wish I could remember what year it was, but it is Converge at Metal Fest. And the video is on this, like, shitty DV, like some piece of shit recorder. But I just remember they started their show, they walk out, lead singer goes, "Hello, Metal Fest, we're Converge, fuck you." And they just start playing Concubine off Jane Doe. And I think it's one of the best intros to any live like recording ever. It's so good. And they were just, it's like so angry and visceral, you know, and I still think they have like, they're older people now, but they still have that spirit to what they do in music. So
we went and seen Gojira, and he just came out and he was like, St. Louis, what the fuck? And then he just like started jam. I was like, all right.
hell yeah.
Oh God.
Is it me?
Oh fucking hell.
The second album that I was told to review tonight.
You were not told.
By my
you
friend
have free
London
choice in this show.
Is Devin Townsend's The Moth. Now listen, I got a lot to say. I should probably start with, I am a Devin guy from pretty far back. I started working at a CD store in 2005 or something. And the manager / owner was huge on Strapping Young Lad, which I already knew them and I liked them. But I wasn't really aware of the Devin solo stuff, which did exist quite a bit at that point already. So by the time Ziltoid came out, I had been made ready, let's say. He was, you know, obviously older guy than me, and I like really looked up to his music taste and everything. So I was primed for Ziltoid to come out. And ever since Ziltoid, and all the way back to the beginning of Devin's solo stuff, I have been a lover, I have been a celebrator, and I have been an apologist. I fully recognize, just right out of the gate, Devin Townsend is not for everyone. I can only get away with so much Devin in the car when my wife is in the car. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. But I have followed him down every weird corner and alley that he's wanted to take me down. And for the most part, I have loved almost all of it. I didn't love Puzzle, and I didn't love some of the more just like, hey, here's an hour of me noodling on the guitar for you to fall asleep to. It's cool, fine, but it's not something I'm like listening to during the day. Devin is a man that I could say worship. He's one of my top dudes. So that being said, when I heard about The Moth, look, Devin had been hyping The Moth and talking about The Moth and dreaming of The Moth and trying to get it made for a really long time. Like, I remember hearing about it, like, I could be wrong, but I want to say like 10 years ago, like a long time ago. And when it finally happened,
You're right.
Yeah, when it finally happened, I admit that I was scared to listen to it. Like, I was worried that I wouldn't like it. I was worried that it would annoy me because, you know, Devin's gonna dev, you know, he does that thing. So I was really nervous, and honestly, it was out for, I don't know, a month or two, and then Dan's like, you need to do this record, you have to, you have no choice. So I said, well, I've been scared of it, but I think maybe I need to listen to it.
No, I was just surprised that it hadn't came my way from you saying, hey, like,
yeah,
this is
because
what we need to do.
I was struggling with it. Weirdly, I was just like, it felt like too huge, and I was like, I'm just worried, because I had listened to the singles, and I kind of knew what it was, but part of me was like, I think at its core, I was worried I wouldn't like it. I was worried that a sort of musical rock opera stage production orchestra, I don't even know, it's many other things too. I was worried that it wouldn't work for me. But I'm going to tell you right now that this is a buy. For me, this album is a buy. I know it's weird, and I know it's like, I think you could say he's reached what am I going to say?
A metamorphosis?
It's at a point where, like, if someone walked in the room and said, this is so lame, I don't know if I could really disagree. Like, it has like a lameness that I love, but it's so It is so dense, and it's so well written, and it does. He really knows how to play with that orchestra, and I there are so many elements of this that I really do love. I can't help it. Dev's been there for me for more than 20 years now, and I've got to say the moth is there for me. There's some weird shit. I don't know if you guys noticed, like there's a Venga Boys reference. Literally in the music, there's like a weird transition. It's going between like a heavier thing and a lighter thing, and just like sort of out of nowhere, there's like this synth that goes.
I did notice that.
That is "We Like to Party" by the Venga Boys, that he famously covered during COVID, I think. I don't know what it's about, really. I know the rumor is, and I don't know if this is true, but the rumor is that he went through a terrible divorce. I don't know if it's true. I don't think that's been whatever. So this is just fan conjecture, and it's really none of my business. So I'm sorry, Dev. None of my business. I'm sorry, but I think he kind of lost his mind on this one a little bit, and he always does. But holy shit. Some weird. If I had any complaint, it's like maybe some of the lyrics are a little. I kind of go, I wonder what that's about. But dude, there's these like mystical fantasy arpeggios going on, and like I can just see a stage with the lights down and mist, and it's just like it's in my head, and it gives me a feeling that I don't know that I've gotten from much other stuff, apart from like the thrill of like being at a theater, seeing a production of something. It's got prog. It's still heavy, but at its core, it's like a stage. It's almost like a musical. I could see that sort of dividing people, because it's like, well, it's not all the way heavy. It's not all the way a musical. So like you're kind of maybe turning off people who like both of those. But for me, like as a Devin guy, there are so many things. There's so many little references and like gifts to his fans. There's tons of like just literally references to his old music, melodies that come back from an album 20 years ago, lyrics that come back, literally one word that he sings the same. He references Vampira in one song, which is, I love that song from Devin. Look, this is a vinyl purchase. I love when he says, "You dainty little thing." I don't know what that's about, but I feel like he's just embracing me. And yeah, it's a thumbs up. Okay. Now that I've gushed, you guys can say all the mean things that you might say.
Well, I'm going to jump in here before Dan. Listen, the first note that I wrote down after I first listened to this record was, if someone were to ask you what is music, I think you could just show them this album of this covers a lot of it, you know? Like yes. This has all of music inside of it. All right. So the way that I can relate this best is I really like the movies of Brian De Palma. I also really like the movies of Neil Breen. And I think what those two people have in common is that a lot of people could have made Carrie, but it wouldn't be like when Brian De Palma made Carrie. And I think a lot of people could polish up a Neil Breen movie, but it would not feel like a Neil Breen movie. These are unique, weird people that make art. And that's what I think when I listen to The Moth by Devin Townsend. I think this is a very unique, talented person that is making art. And I think it is both incredibly creative and incredibly ridiculous at the exact same time. It's bold. It's ambitious. It is at times way too much up its own ass. It's all of that stuff. And I mean, I like it. I think I like it.
Fuck yeah. I'm stoked.
It is weird for sure, but I do like when weird creative people make a thing that I can truly say nobody else could do it like that. And for the entire runtime of this thing, that's the feeling that I got more than anything. I do think if I happen to be stuck at a party with this guy and I was like, oh yeah, I made music and, you know, I kind of fuck around with synths, I get the impression that he would say, like, the music I make is actually important. And it's like, all right, you're kind of a buzzkill, you know, but it is incredibly creative. It's hard to it's hard to think about combining like rock, metal, operatic, strings, movie score, ambience. Like it would be very difficult for anyone to combine all those genres. And I will say, to this guy's credit, all of the album kind of flows, you know, like if I was going to think of like, okay, there's a metal section and an operatic section, I would think, okay, the opera piece just abruptly stops and then the metal starts. This guy actually transitions you from like, there's an opera and then a crazy electric guitar starts to fade in. Like, it really actually flows very nicely. I did get burned out listening to this all together as one piece of music, but
this album has an intermission.
Yeah.
I get it.
And there's like a prelude or something. Like, I can't remember what
prelude.
Yeah. It's a lot of stuff happening. Like, I don't totally love it, but in no way do I hate what this album is. It's so unique. Like, it is a one creative vision of a thing. And anytime somebody does that, I think I'm going to like root for that to occur, you know?
Hell yeah.
Like, good luck AI taking
seriously.
Devin Townsend's job away from him, you know?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. So I guess those are my thoughts. Like, I don't love it start to finish, but I can't refute the artistry that has occurred in this album.
Let me ask you, have you done any other previous Devin records?
You know, I remember reading a thing way back in the day when, like, his very first solo record, I think it was some weird thing where there was like the label just like had a dispute with him or something, and then he ended up creating his first record. So I know that I heard a little bit of that first one, but like when I was scrolling through just his discography on Spotify, I was like, I don't know any of these records besides The Moth, which I've now listened to, and that first solo record that he did. Was
it Key? Are you talking about Key?
2000,
I don't know, 9 or something?
I don't think it was that one.
Because there's the transition where he goes Strapping Young Lad, but he also had Devin Townsend Band. But then there's Devin Townsend Project, and then there's Devin Townsend.
All right, let me get you. The one that I heard was Ocean Machine. Like,
okay, Devin Townsend Band. Yeah. Okay, cool. That's a cool record.
Yeah.
Good, really good.
So I know I heard a little bit of that one, just from like reading about his past at some point in time. But yeah, like any of the stuff between that one and this one, I have not really listened to.
Please, if you take one recommendation from me, I think you should check out Deconstruction.
Okay.
If you thought this was an interesting record, what if this, but like way more metal?
Okay.
Listen, please, I'm begging you to listen to Deconstruction. Just try it.
All right.
You might like it.
Oh, and last note, let my dude make a rock opera. Like, some studio, hook up with this dude already.
For real.
Well, jolly goddamn.
Hit me, Dan.
Hey, this is what it is all about. Okay? If there is one record that you should probably listen to in 2026, Why not the moth, dude? Because
Whoa.
you're getting everything, dude. He's throwing a goddamn chicken cluck at you. Okay? That happens.
He sure
All of a
does.
sudden. It happens. I think there's one with some wolves that are just howling.
I believe there's a fart as well.
Yes, I think so as well. It's got everything. You guys hit on a lot of stuff. I think this is good. Like I said, I think this is ambitious. I really feel like so bad for this guy because I feel like after he dies, it's going to be like this guy was such a fucking genius, but we have him right now. I seen him open with the Devin Townsend project that he opened for Clutch. So,
Hell yeah.
And back
Which
in the
makes
day,
no sense to me.
Yeah,
I feel like Dev should be the, yeah. Anyway.
but back in that day, I would listen, to the opening bands. Who's going to be there? Let me listen to all this. And I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And then when I seen it live, I was like, oh my God, this guy is so fucking happy to be here. And so he was just so grateful and thankful that like people showed up to see him. And it was like really, he was really like he seemed like a really sincere dude. And I was like, that's awesome, And I think, yeah, if you would have gave that dude another 45 minutes, like Clutch, go home, dude. Because it was good. He was a good live act. I think his guest vocals, the ladies who he has coming in are really good as well. Covered by Causes, I think it was my standout track that I really liked. The Big Snit, I think, was one of the two that he released.
Yep.
Is really good. Orion Has Your Chicken Cluck, if you want to look that up. 2016, I believe, was when the Norwegian Symphony came and asked if they could work with them, and he's like, I have an idea. So this is that right now. But yeah, I mean, check it out. This guy believes in himself. I mean, he seems like a really sincere dude. He's a fucking vegan, vegetarian guy. I don't know why I know that. I Wikipedia'd him. But it needs a little bit more metal. But as you said, DK, if you go back to the discography, you can find that because that dude, he knows how to fucking cook on guitar and shit, man. I looked up. He was with Steve Vai, and
Have you heard that record?
I have not heard that record, but I
listen to Sex and Death. I think you might like it. It's really weird.
I've always compared those two. I'm like, he's got like a weird Steve Vai like aura to him, and I'm like, holy shit, he actually worked with him. So that made so much sense to me.
I want to say he was like 19 and fronting for Steve Vai.
Like super young.
Holy shit.
That made so much sense. He's one of those like weird artists that are kind of, you always know a dude who was like into Nick Cave, like who's this super huge artist, but like nobody really knows about him, or like Adam Ant or one of those type of dudes. But it's a stream for me, but like I said, you're not going to get bored with this. It's long. It really is. But I think if you invest a little bit, you're going to come out pretty entertained because there's a lot of stuff there. And I like it, DK. I thought it was good.
This is the biggest surprise of the evening. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to add that I have seen Devin 2 or 3 times live. And the one time I saw him at the Ready Room in St. Louis, what a venue to see him at. It was the really small venue. We were right near the front. As you said, he was so genuinely happy that people were there. He's like talking to people in the crowd. Literally when the show was over, he didn't go. He stayed and just like talked to people. He just wanted to hang. It was awesome. That I think still is probably my favorite show I've ever been to. Was that show? It was what an experience. It was amazing. So yes, as a longtime Devon guy, if anyone wants to talk Devon, he's in my heart forever. He's just one of my dudes. He's one of the few where it's like, I'm going to listen to whatever he's going to do. And I totally get that it's not for everyone, but I will never not be listening to Devon. Thank you for listening to that album, guys.
Yeah. We watched him at the Blue Note in Columbia, Missouri. Tiny. Who is that? Are we on our lap? We're on our last
we're here.
Record, dude.
All right, guys. I got to pick Chained to the Bottom of the Ocean. Dan, of course, told me I would be covering Elder, his 5th pick of the night. This is Elder through Zero. I like Elder start to finish. Everything I've heard from them, I enjoy. I do think this is probably the most proggy that they've ever got on like a full album. Tons of really, really unique rhythmic touches where there are like multiple rhythms happening. The drummer's doing one thing, there's a synth doing another thing, guitar's doing something slightly different. It almost feels like it's verging on math rock stuff to me at a certain point. I think I'm constantly torn on this band of I like the earlier stuff because I feel like they went heavier in their earlier albums. But when you get into the later part of the catalog, the production value really picks up to like, I feel like what they always should have been at. Like if you could have the production on this record on Profound Allure, like I think that would be the perfect Elder album to me, you know. This is a very solid Elder release. To me on this one, there's nothing like really groundbreaking. They're not going into new advanced territory that I've not heard from them before, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like they're just kind of expanding more into prog, and I can appreciate that. I don't think anything like any single track on this grabbed me as much as the Liminality Dream State Return release. Like I still think that's probably more of what I was wanting, but this is not like a bad album by any means. It is Elder being Elder, them getting more just comfortable in like these really deep kind of prog grooves. Like I said, I like their discography start to finish. I just wish there was more of like this production with a heavier sound, you know? So very solid record. I enjoy it. I listened to it probably 2 or 3 times before Dan was like, hey, we're going to cover it. And I've listened to it an additional 3 to 4 times now. And I like it. It's a great record. I just wish they'd go a little heavier at certain points. So yeah, through Zero. What do you guys think?
Hey, I got a peaceful, easy feeling. This is a quiet record, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's an easy listen. Definitely prog zone, baby.
Prog zone, baby.
Prog zone,
I like
baby,
that.
dude. It's good. It's good. It took me a few listens to kind of really appreciate it. I thought it was a little boring on the first time I put it on. Just because, like I said, I think KRON said it's a little more quiet, a little more easier. I wish these guys would score like a movie or a film or something.
Yeah, 100%.
They definitely could.
And that might be in the future. The one thing that I have for this band is I just feel like they need a stronger vocal performance, like a vocalist who can really like belt it out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That to me would kind of just push it to another level. But I mean, what we get is really good. You can't go wrong with this, I guess. I think I agree with KRON. I liked the last EP a little better, but this definitely shows growth, I guess. And I don't know. And it's not a negative thing. I think anytime I see that there's an Elder song or record out, like I'm going to be like, oh yeah, you got to listen to that. That's going to be good shit. It's at least decent enough to check out. So, but I don't know, just a stronger maybe vocal. I don't know if maybe he's not capable, but I don't know. I just feel like there's some parts in this record that could really like push up to the next level if he would I don't know, extend it out or hold a higher note. I don't know, but it's quiet. It's very quiet, very, I don't know. And everybody loved Blood Incantation whenever they got a little quieter and did more proggier stuff like this.
Yep.
But I don't know. If you want like a little bit more metal, do the new Blood Incantation, Absolute Elsewhere. Mm-hmm. But this is good.
Cool ass record.
I mean, This is good. I can't complain. This is a stream for me. You can't go wrong.
Thank you, Dan. I normally don't just read my notes, but I think this time I'm just going to read what I have. This whole record rules. The songs run together, parentheses, complementary. The melodies get stuck in my head, and the grooves are just top shelf. Quite a lot going on in the writing of this. Tons of little things and beautiful touches. This is a really well-crafted record, and it has gotten more play for me than any of the others we talked about today, by far. This album manages to be incredibly chill and, frankly, for me, mesmerizing. And yet, still has some shit that I think goes kind of hard. It's not the heaviest record, I would agree with that. But there are some moments when they definitely, like, I think this is one of those where if you did see it live, you would maybe be surprised, like, oh, that is a little heavier than it is on the record. I think it's a hell of a feat from this band. Particularly knowing, I looked this up. I was like, who the fuck produced this? Because I love the way this sounds. They produced it themselves, you guys.
Hell yeah.
This is a self-produced record. They had another guy co-mix it, but that's it. They produce it on their own. You guys are saying that you like that EP better. I think you could just stick those songs from the EP on here. I think they more or less would fit. I don't have any complaint about the vocals. I think they're sort of perfectly where I want them with this music. This album I was listening to every single day, probably, like since it came out. It's awesome. I mean, this is like a crazy. KRON, when you recommended this, I loved that EP, and I was like, holy shit! I've gone back and I love all their stuff. But for me, they're a band that is going. This is the direction I want them to continue in. Mm. Being a little bit proggier. I don't need them to be heavy. I have tons of heavy albums to listen to. I don't need them to be heavy. I need them to be interesting, and I need them to provide me with an atmosphere just like this. When like everything stops and that synth is just going, and then they just start building and building and building. And you mentioned it. The drum grooves are crazy, and they just build these crazy progressive moments and sections where it's like, I just get locked in, and they repeat and they repeat and they repeat, and they just, man, this record is great. This is a buy. 2 thumbs up.
I get what you're saying, DK, but it's like the thing that originally got me into them was they were a band that blended heavier doomy stuff with prog, and now we're just kind of moving into we only do prog, and I don't hate it, but it's just like the original thing that made me like the band is becoming less and less and less, you know?
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. And I hate that when that happens to bands that I like too. So I feel you on that. But for me, like, they're morphing more into a band that I want to hear. I like their old stuff. It's all good. They don't have a bad album, I don't think. But, like, yeah, what they're becoming is, like, top tier for me. Like, somewhere between, like, Isis and Porcupine Tree. Like, there's something in there with the quality of the
band,
writing.
right? The band.
Yes, the band, yes. The quality of the writing, but also the quality of the atmosphere of the whole thing. It just has a very unique feel to it. And the fact that they are so technically capable and they make it seem so, the way it flows and the way it builds on itself and the way it just, like, it says what it says, and it's, I think only they could say it like this. And I love this record. I think it's really, really good. This is going to be in my top albums of the year. I can promise you.
We'll see. Stay tuned. All right. Well, there we have it. Any final words on Elder Through Zero? Released May 29th of this year. All these records we talked about tonight, go get them. They're out. Stream them. Buy them.
At least listen to them. Yeah.
Yeah. They will be. They already are featured on our playlist called SLEW Reviews #1 on the DK and Dan Like Bands Spotify page. So just look us up, follow us.
Hell yeah.
They're
we
on
do
there.
the work for you. We listen to the albums for you. We get you the albums.
Yeah.
What more do you want? We give you the opinions that, guys,
Need. KRON
come
complained. He's like, I got 6 albums to listen to. I'm like, 6 albums? DK and I do that in one day. That's what we do. That's what we do, guys. But yeah, check us out there. Dan figured out how to connect his Spotify accounts, so you'll be seeing more from DK and Dan.
I noticed that the first playlist never got updated beyond the first.
Well, it was a free account, and then when I went in there, it was like, well, now you have to sign up for premium. And then I was like, I have a family plan with 6 other slots. I was like, I'll just throw DK and Dan in there.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, I got
DK
smart.
and Dan got a family plan.
Yeah. We're premium members, dude.
Plus, we'll help you with family planning.
Yeah, you know, vacations. You need to purchase a new car.
Oh, I was talking about sex.
Yeah, quick condom rack, go.
Rough Rider, Trojan. All right. Well, what we're going to do now is, since we can't get away from a top 3 from me on this fucking show.
You thought we weren't going to do it.
Here it is.
We're going to do it.
We're going to do the top 3, what is it, singles or songs from all of these records. Go. No, we're just going to do the top 3 of what we thought was the best from these 6 records. You know what? I'll go first. Number 3 for me is Capture and Release off Elder Through Zero. Just really great track there, man. Just that's the one that really kissed me on the mouth and tucked me into bed. So there you go. Capture and Release. Check it out. Not the Kevin Smith movie.
Whoa. My number 3 was almost Strata off of Through Zero. Really love the guitar opening on that thing. But as I listen to these albums, guys, this is a little bit of a cheat, but I'm going with Enter the City / Covered by Causes by Devin Townsend. That's my number 3.
Hell yes.
Look, there's no clear break between these songs, and honestly, I had to include Enter the City because there's this part in it where they're going awful lot depending on the weather. And I don't know why that's in there, but I love it.
Oh, dude, there's
It's
a
so-
song.
It's so like orchestral and sing-songy in a way that it's ridiculous, but every time I listen to this, I was like, this fucking cooks, dude.
Hell yes.
Do you get in your truck every morning and you're like, awful lot depending on the weather?
Yeah. I mean, I was like, I don't know what the fuck this is about, but I enjoy it.
There's a song where he talks about he needs to be home at night. It's like about, I guess he wants to touring and shit. Need to be home at night. It's just like, I think he says it like 89 times. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
It's like the lyrics are a text to his wife. I'll be home at night. Wow. I'm so happy about the Devin love, guys. I'm taking it personally. Thank you. Listen, my number 3 for me, I had to go with, I really, really like the song Cryptfarer from Dimmu Borgir. I think that's the best track on that record. And it feels like classic Dimmu. I just think that's a cool, it's got a lot of stuff. I love the piano. I love the vibes of that track. I wanted to represent the album that I was told to listen to by Dan. So, yeah, I think Cryptfarer is it's a cool one. Like if you're gonna listen to even one track from that record, listen to Cryptfarer. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I have a top 3 of every album here because I thought that's what we were doing because I misread the fucking.
I could not have been more clear, Dan.
I know. I'm an idiot. So, but yes, that was on my top 3 for that record. What am I? Number 2. Number 2, I gotta give some love to Warning. It's Stations. That's my favorite song off that record. Lonely White, the only little light I know is falling like a memory on an open road, a memory of a meaning that I never heard long enough, leaving what I never learned. Oh my God, guys. Kiss the baby fawn in the forest. And just, when we all get divorced, we'll be listening to this record together. It's great. Check it out. Warning. It's out now.
Wow. Thank you for that sad recommendation, Dan. My number 2, it's got to be It Only Gets Worse by Converge. My favorite track off Hum of Hurt. It's just so fucking heavy when they get to the chorus. And honestly, it makes me think of my favorite like downer movies. I was thinking of The Thing as I was hearing that dude scream, "It only gets worse." I don't know, man. It's just, that's my favorite track off that album. Solid. Love it.
That would probably be my number 4 if we were doing top 4. That track does rule.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Hell yeah.
All right. My number 2, Sigil to Ruin, Elder from Through Zero. It's the opening track on the record. It kind of gives you a full helping of kind of everything you're going to expect to hear on that album. Like the whole thing, it sort of flows into itself and onto itself. But I particularly love that bridge where everything stops and that synth is going and they just build this exquisite prog groove. My God. Everybody in the band is working their dicks off. Like, truly. I can only say bravo. Thank you for this album. I love it. Sigil to Ruin, number 2 for me.
Hey, number 1 for Dan. We're going back to Converge. Dream Debris, baby. God damn, what a fucking monster of a track, dude. Just starts off with that fucking bass line that gives you that riff. He goes into all I wanted was to be loved as a kid, and then that guitar comes in there and just beefs that fucking bass line. Oh my God. And then at the very end, like the last 12 seconds, it kind of goes silent, and then they hit you with that fucking riff again. God damn. What a monster. Dream Debris. Check it out. What a track.
Hell yeah. Guys, I brought Chained to the Bottom of the Ocean for a reason. My number 1 is the last track off that EP. It is Execution. It just gets, the last 3 minutes are so heavy to me. I just love everything they're doing. I really like that they made it an EP and they ended with that. Like, you know, you could have tacked on 3-4 more songs that everybody would have skipped anyway, but I think it's nice to just leave it. Here's our best 28 minutes. Have a good time with this. So
I'm looking at you, Dimmu Borgir.
Yeah, for
Just
sure.
chop them out. Don't resort to spoken word.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Execution. I think that whole EP is solid, but it ends on a really downer, heavy note to me, and I like that track a lot.
Hell yeah. Well, my number one probably won't surprise anybody. And it's weird that you guys agreed because it's Covered by Causes.
Yes.
Devin Townsend, The Moth. That track, I don't know of a better word to describe it than magical. It's beautiful. Magical. It really is truly beautiful. It's so well written. It feels like some of the best prog stuff that I love the most. I mean, it is like, I think it's the best song on the album, probably. It's definitely my favorite. There is such a quality to that song that it dips into some of the other bands I like. Again, I'll mention Porcupine Tree. There's a little bit of Opeth or whatever in there, like when they're being more proggy. But when there's just that chill groove and it kind of is soaring around and then it slows down and you just have those female vocals. It's a glorious song. It's truly amazing. I think it's the best song on the record. It's the best song from these six albums, but it does maybe have the lamest lyric, the Arise and Conquer the Morn part. I feel like
Well, you don't know what the weather's doing, so
I guess it's
you have to
depending on the
conquer
weather.
the morning, dude.
Depending on the weather. I feel like my mom would have that in her classroom, like on a poster of a dog by a fire hydrant or something. It would just say Arise and Conquer the Morn. I don't know. But that track, I mean, absolutely, very much for me. Love it. Covered by Causes, Devin Townsend, The Moth. You dainty little thing.
This is my number one as well when I did my top three for me on that one.
Please don't skip the Enter the City lead into that song.
Okay.
It's so good.
It is awesome.
It's such a good build up to get you into Covered by Causes.
People are gonna listen to this and be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you guys?"
Listener, if you haven't heard it yet and you do listen to it, please say in the Discord, "What the fuck?" Because I know you'll be thinking it.
Well, there you have it. KRON Howard, a big thank you. Man, you showed up tonight. You delivered. A lot of people would be like, 6 albums? Fuck you guys, I'm out. But hey, you're a badass for a reason, dude. And that's why we love you. Thank you for coming, stopping in, having a good time with us. Is there anything that you want to see from us in the future?
Oh, wow. I can't wait to come back for the next SLEW reviews episode. Check me out on Weekly Podcast Massacre. Check me out on, and I don't know when it's going to be released, but an upcoming episode of Dead Formats. I'm still out there in the podcast ether, so find me somewhere.
There's still a backlog of 260 episodes of 5-day rentals that you can listen to for KRON Howard as well.
Mm-hmm. Until Dan stops paying the Podbean subscription fee.
I might just not. Just keep paying it. You never know.
We should bring it back.
We will. We've discussed one date in particular with one film in particular.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should stick to that.
I think you guys should just do specials. Do it when it makes sense.
Yeah.
That's,
what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that.
Honestly, I said the last time we recorded, I was like, we should just do 4 at the in-person records, release them once a quarter.
That would be wonderful.
Who gives a shit? It's like the people who are going to listen are going to listen, and
I don't care. You just tell me when to be there.
Let's talk to Bones. Let's get him. We'll just knock out 4 episodes at the in-person.
DK, get Bones on the Zoom.
I'll send him an invite.
Get Bones on DK and Dan.
He will. He's got I
You
thought
got
there
it.
was one thing coming, but there might be another thing coming.
You
so.
gotta get him on for the new Mastodon.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. There might be a new Queen's coming, so. And I did reach out to some other people about some other project we might have going on that DK doesn't even know about yet. Hey, the next episode of DK and Dan Like Bands will be the Rolling Stones Top Metal enlisted episodes 81 through 90. So join us for that. KRON Howard, a big thank you. DK, it's been a pleasure as always. Join the Discord. Follow us on the Spotify. We're all there. Download Letters to Dracula. Buy the shit. Get the cassettes.
Right.
Do it all. But until then, we be listening to music.
I couldn't think of anything else to add better than that. That's it.
Hey, I'm KRON Howard, and I like bands.
Okay, I'm DK, and we may never tame the very beast that dwelleth within.
Something about the weather.
It's a banger, dude.
It weirdly
Be
is.
singing that in the car as you're driving into work. Having a great time.
Yeah.
Till next time, y'all.
Let him not be taught darkness. Let him discover it and dissolve into it. We may never tame the very beast that dwelleth within. From luminous fire, the glory and danger alike, the grand serpent rising.